Alright, I know you guys have been absolutely dying to know if I've made any profit on this business adventure, because I did leave you guys on a cliffhanger in my last video. I didn't tell you how long it took to get my first rental. I didn't tell you if I made any money. So here we are, 3 months later, and you're gonna find everything out. Isn't that pretty? I kind of left you guys on a cliffhanger in the last video. So what was it?
With the choke around it, I just get low key and
So let's just hop right into it. So on November 1st, I bought a white 2014 Ford Escape for $5,500 from a private seller. I bought that car using a loan from USAA, and I ended up getting the car registered on November 4th. My whole plan on this adventure was to kind of spend $0 down on the car to show that you could pay the car off using the payments from TURO. But turns out that when you buy from a private seller that you also have to register the car and pay property tax. So I ended up paying like $400 for the property tax and the registration of the car. So I actually got the vehicle listed on November 6th at like 11 p.m. And the first rental that I ever got was only 34 hours later on November 8th at 0900 for 33 days. What? That's fucking crazy. 33 days. And after that, the car kind of took off. Like, it's probably rented a couple times that month, maybe 3, 4, 5 times in November. And the month went pretty smoothly, really no issues. But in the last video, I spent like $664 or something to get everything started. A couple other things like cleaning the car and vacuuming the car led the November expenses to be like $863.55. I also paid the auto insurance. It was like $137. So my total out-of-pocket expenses for November was like $1,000. But wait to hear my earnings, because it was a whopping $218. That's right. I was at a loss of $783 for month 1. Not the best way to start a business, but we started something. Man, this sun is getting bright as shit. Can you guys even see me? I don't know. Now I know what you're thinking. Bad business, TURO doesn't work. You might even be thinking about clicking off the video, right? And I don't blame you. But wait. Because what do you do when you're at Vegas with all your buddies and you just lost $1,000? You double down. So I bought another car.
I got all this designer on me by Biz left your side. She looking finer on me, why? She tryna slide. I'm not just anybody. I do what I like, I'm not just anybody.
Alright, this is insane. I literally just listed the car. Like, I'm still editing some of the things, like details and extras and stuff. And it's already booked. It hasn't even been 30 minutes. And the car that I just bought yesterday is already booked. So I have 2 cars in the last 3 weeks. Both are booked. I'm about to get another one.
I got all this designer.
A 2019 white Jeep Cherokee for around $14,000 out the door. Now I bought this one through a dealership, so the registration and everything was taken care of at the dealership and was actually part of the loan that I took out for that car. And so for that one, I put $0 down. Paid nothing on the car for the first like month. So I did have some issues starting in December. With the Ford Escape, I didn't have anything crazy. I just had some people complaining about the maintenance, saying that the wiper didn't wipe correctly. They had a flashing oil change needed. And to be honest, it did need an oil change, and I explained that to them, but they still felt the need to leave it in the review. So I fixed all those things, no worries there. Problem with the Jeep Cherokee was a couple things. People were smoking in the car. And people were continuously smoking in the fucking car. I kid you not, it was every other driver was smoking in the car. So my expenses for December were fairly low, actually. I only spent $544.30, but My earnings was $1,030 for a total profit of $485.70. Not too bad. Let's move you over this way. But January is where it got interesting. This is where I started to accrue the problems that people always talk about with TURO. So honestly, the smoking in the Jeep just continued on. It was like every other driver. People just that don't blatantly care. They just blatantly don't give a shit. Even though I hand them the keys and tell them, please don't smoke in the car. There's a $150 charge. They put out cigarettes on my seats. They don't care. It almost became a part of my revenue. On top of that, I got people spraying perfume on my radio and chemical burning the radio. So that's $1,800 to get my radio fixed and replaced. Working on that currently. But with the Ford Escape, it's the exact opposite. There's no smoking in the car. Very polite people that just go about their business and do their thing. But what did happen was the battery died on the Ford Escape. At this point, you guys all know the first car I bought was the 2014 Ford Escape. A little bit older. Well, I got a call yesterday from one of my clients that said the car won't start. I said, all right, no problem. Probably needs a new battery. So TURO paid to have it shipped? No. TURO paid to have it towed to my house. I opened the trunk. Battery's under the dash. You have to take apart the entire engine just to change the battery. I went to 2 people to just pay them to do it. They said, no, we're not doing that. I finally found a mechanic to change the battery and get a new battery. So now I have 4 hours of wait time and I'm walking to Walmart. It's 20 degrees, so. But yeah, I guess here's the moral of the story is, see how difficult it is to do the fucking maintenance before you go buying a car, so. Yeah. We had a snowstorm in Charleston and I guess the car battery was on its last leg, so it just gave out. I like to do all my maintenance for my cars. But since I was there, I had all of my like oil filters and other stuff I had to do. I had it in the car. So I said, while you do the battery, can you just change that stuff too? And that came out to like a $420 bill. So that was a very big chunk of change. But I got it done in lesson learned, which we'll talk about later. So in January, my expenses for the month were $1,526. Huge expenses. But my earnings were $1,448. Huge earnings. But that still left me with a total profit of negative $78.58. So in 3 months, negative $376 in the hole. Now, for those who are going to stick around and still try out this adventure, I want to talk about why I lost money and why you won't lose money. Number 1, maintenance. I spent 41% of my total expenses was maintenance. And what's crazy is most of that maintenance came out of the 2014 Ford Escape. That being said, the upside of that is now it's got a new battery, new oil, new filters, new wipers, new everything. So this car should be good for a couple months now. My recommendation to you is if you are buying an older car like the 2014, expect that it's going to need new oil, new tires, new wipers, small things like that. Just incorporate that into the cost. Do all the maintenance up front, get it over with. Calculate that into the beginning cost of the car so you can just get that accounted for and out of the way. Because I promise you, you don't want to keep staggering along and paying all these stuff. Just get it done right away. Number 2 was Ubers. I spent 6% of my total expenses. Now, I know that this is not a high priority. This is a low percentage. But if I want to scale this business to $1 million, 6% of $1 million is $60,000 that I could be having in profit. When I'm out here at work, my fiance handles everything at home, but now she doesn't have a ride to and from the cars that require a drop-off, so she Ubers. My recommendation to you, if you're starting, is just make sure that you're at least breaking even on your drop fee charges. If the Uber you know is $20 on average, then assume that it's going to be $40 because you got to drop it off, Uber home, Uber back, pick it up, right? So I would make the drop fee charge $50. You just want to make sure that you're breaking even because you don't want to lose money on dropping the car off. Number 3, cleaning and vacuuming the car. I spent 10% of my expenses on cleaning the car. A good shop vac can probably be $100 to $200 and then $30 for wax and soap. And the only problem with that is since we're so young and we're competing against me and my fiance's time, I'll probably keep the washes until I have the time to actually clean them myself or hire somebody. So my recommendation to you starting out is get a subscription to a car wash that has vacuums until you can delegate that out to someone you can pay, or you can have the time to wash it yourself when it brings more income. Other expenses include things like gas fill-ups, air fresheners, loans, insurance, and these things they're just unavoidable. You know, you can't really minimize them. So these are things that you just need to incorporate into your spreadsheet and make sure you're calculating out. So even though I'm down $376, I'm probably going to keep doing this. I truly think this could make some pretty good money. Not only that, is at the end of the day, I'm down $376, but I also have 2 more cars at my house, right? And eventually I want new cars like a Mustang. So I think this is going to be the way to be able to have many cars without spending a lot of money because it's being paid off by somebody else. So I'm going to keep optimizing and trying to make this work. And hopefully eventually this can be my full-time job of being a TURO host. If you want more videos on like tips and products you should use and strategies, let me know, because I think this stuff's fun. And if you guys are interested in it, I will make endless videos on this TURO stuff and cars and making money and that kind of stuff. So let me know. And if you're still watching this video, number one, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And let's comment together, stop smoking in Q's cars, so we can start a damn revolution to stop everybody smoking in my
Sometimes I like to hike up mountains just to see how crazy small we are in this world.